Welcome students. Let's continue with our third chapter, that is weather and climate. We'll start with the introduction. People living in the different parts of the world have different lifestyles. They live in different types of houses, eat a variety of food and wear different kinds of clothes. Okay? And we can see it means that people living in different places have different lifestyles. They used to wear different kinds of clothes, eat different kinds of foods. Okay, all this, that means they are having different lifestyle. You know what is the reason? It is due to different climatic conditions in their areas. Different climatic conditions in their areas. This is the reason why people have different lifestyle. Okay, a diversity in the lifestyle which is due to different climate conditions within the country. Even in one country also, in different parts of the country they have different conditions of climate, and this is the reason why people have different lifestyles. Okay, so let us know the meaning of weather. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a given time and place. It may not remain constant even for a single day. We can see someday there is raining and someday there is no rain at all, or someday we see in summer we see there is very hot and another day we see that is little bit hot. So that means it is weather. It is a condition of atmosphere at a given time and place. It is not even constant even for a single day. It changes every day. That is why we often describe weather as sunny, warm, cloudy, rainy and cold. Now what are the basic factors that determine weathers? The basic factors are temperature of air. Sometimes air is very hot and sometimes air is very cool. So we can say these are all the factors of weather. Then precipitation, then wind, atmospheric pressure, cloudiness and humidity. All these are the factors of weather. It determines about weather. Now people who study weather conditions are called meteorologists. What are they called? Meteorologists. Okay. Climate. Now let's go through the meaning of climate. Climate of a place is average weather conditions over a long period of time. Now climate is, it is an average weather condition over a long period of time, whereas weather is for even not a single day it is same, but climate is a average weather condition over a long period of time. Different places in the world experience different types of climates. Some regions are hot and dry. Okay, like in desertic area we can say they are very hot and dry. Okay, in Rajasthan. In some areas the climate is cold and the land is covered by snow and ice. For example, Jammu and Kashmir, in that area mostly there is snow and it is very cool. In some part of the world the climate is neither too hot nor cold and there is moderate rainfall, and in some places there is not so much hot, not so much cold, and there is moderate climate. Now what are the factors that determine the climate of a place? They are latitude, altitude, winds, distance from the sea, humidity and ocean currents. Students, we will go through this in deep study. Okay, so let's start with the latitude. We can say in other word distance from the equator. How it is the factor of climate? Let's go through it. Places near the equator hotter than places far from the equator. That means they are saying the places which are near the equator are more hotter than the place which are far from the equator. The reason behind is the sun rays, as because sun rays are falling vertically over the equator. So the places near the equator are very hot. They are spread over a small area. In the polar regions the sun rays are slanting, and in the areas which are far from the equator, that is polar regions, the sun rays are slanting as they get low, or we can say the rays slanted, so the some rays are not much on that area. They are spread on a large area, hence places near the equator receive more heat and are hotter. This is the diagram. You can see the areas which are near the equator, they receive direct sunlight. Okay, see, this area is receiving direct sunlight. Okay, so it is much hotter near the equator. This is equator and this is near equator. It is very hot, and areas which are far from the equator, they are receiving less sun rays. So the sun rays are slanting, so it is not much hotter than the areas near the equator. Okay, now as due to this, there are 3 heat zones. Okay, what are they? Torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Let's go through them. See, this is the equator. This is the equator. Okay, and sun rays is vertically on it. Okay, they are directly falling on this place. So this area is torrid zone. It is very hot. Okay, it is torrid zone. Now some rays are falling here also, but not that much. Here it is the most rays are falling, but this area less than this area. This is the topmost. It is torrid zone. So, and this is temperate zone, means not too much, not too less. But now this area, frigid zone, in this area the sun rays are very much less, so it is frigid zone. Okay, and now let's go through the definitions, then it will become more easy for us. Torrid zone. On both sides of the equator, the region lying between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn is the torrid zone. You can see this area is the torrid zone. Okay, it is lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, this zone gets the direct rays of the sun all the year round. Hence the climate is hot and humid. Okay, then temperate zone. This region is neither hot nor very cold. It lies between the torrid zone and frigid zone in the both hemisphere. You can see this is the temperate zone. Okay, it lies between torrid zone and frigid zone. Here also torrid zone and frigid zone. It lies between this both the zones. Okay, it is neither too hot nor too cold. Then frigid zone. This region lies between the Arctic Circle and North Pole, and between the Arctic Circle and South Pole is called the frigid zone. It receives very slanting rays of the sun and is therefore very cold. You can see it lies between the Arctic Circle. This is the Arctic Circle. This is the Arctic Circle and North Pole, and here also Arctic Circle and South Pole. It lies between this both. Okay, it is more cold. It is more colder because the sun rays are very slanting. Okay, now coming to the altitude or height above the sea. It is the second factor of climate. Okay, the higher we go, the cooler it becomes. It is because temperature falls with height gain. It is cold in the high mountains because mountains are located at a higher altitude. For example, Ludhiana and Shimla are at the same distance from the equator. Okay, listen the example very carefully. Ludhiana and Shimla are at the same distance from the equator, but Shimla is cold while Ludhiana is hot in summer. What is the reason? Because Shimla is located 2150 meter above the sea level, whereas Ludhiana is only 250 meter above the sea level. So that means the height also determines the temperature. Okay, did you got? Height also determine the temperature. It is as we go higher, the temperature falls. Now next factor is wind. Wind affects the climate of a place they blow to. That means the wind also affects the climate. How it affects? Wind coming from the hotter area increases the temperature of the place they blow to. For example, if wind is blowing from Jammu and Kashmir towards our Madhya Pradesh, then they are bringing cold air. So our temperature will decreases, okay? And if air is going from our Madhya Pradesh towards Jammu and Kashmir, then our hot air is going towards the Jammu and Kashmir, then they are increasing the temperature of that place. That is written in the sentence. Read it again. Winds coming from the hot areas increases the temperature of the place they blow to, while winds coming from the cold areas lower the temperature of the place they blow to. Okay. Now next is distance from the sea. It is again another factor of climate. Places situated near the coast are neither too hot nor too cold. They have a moderate climate and it is called equable climate. What is the meaning of equable climate? When there is moderate climate, that is equable climate. The reason behind is because of the land and sea breeze. What is the reason? The reason is land and sea breezes. So let's know the meaning of land and sea breezes. Land heats up more quickly than the water. Okay. Hence it is hotter than the sea. As you know, hot air is lighter than the cold air. Hot air is lighter, whereas cold air is little weighty. It is heavier than the hot air. Therefore, warm air above the land rises. The cool air from the seas come, and to make its place, it is known as sea breeze. It cools the land near the coast. Just go through the diagram. This is warm land. Warm air rises, cools seas. Cool air go towards the land, that is sea breeze. Did you understand? Let's read the definition once again. In the daytime, the sun heat both the land and the sea. In the daytime, what happens? Sun rays heat the land and sea both. But land heats up more quickly than the water. Hence, it is hotter than the sea. So, land become more hotter than the sea. And as we know, hot air is lighter than the cold air. Therefore, warm air above the land, it rises. And the cool air from the sea comes and to take its place. And this is known as sea breeze. Did you understand? Just look at the diagram. Okay. In the same way, when at night this opposite happens, the land cools down more quickly than the sea. Now what happens? Land cools more quickly than sea. Then sea cools slowly. Then the air above the sea is warmer and it rises, and the cool air from the land blows towards the sea. This is known as land breeze. This is just opposite of sea breeze. Look at the picture. This is the warm sea and cool land. Then the warm air rises and cool air takes the place of in sea. Then it is land breeze. Okay. Next important is humidity. The amount of water vapor in the air is called humidity. What is the meaning of humidity? The amount of water vapor in the air is called humidity. Humidity affects the climate of a place. The wind blowing from sea to land brings a lot of moisture with them. So the wind blowing from sea to land brings a lot of moisture with them. They makes the climate in the coastal areas very humid, and so they make the area very humid. Okay. The next important point is ocean current. What is the meaning of ocean currents? Oceans have warm and cold currents. They have warm and cold currents. These currents affects the climate of the coastal area. Coastal areas means areas near the oceans, that is coastal areas. Warm ocean currents makes the coastal area warmer, whereas cold ocean currents in the coastal areas makes it cools the climate. Okay, so students, with this our chapter is completed. Just look at the video for So students, it is very clear with this animation.